Kazakh, how you doing? Yeah, what is cooking? We're doing a chicken in a smoked paprika and butter honey type sauce. It's a bastardization of a recipe. It's a slow cooker recipe, so it would normally take 6 hours or so. I'm attempting to squeeze that into as short a time frame as possible by changing some of the cooking methods, chopping the chicken slightly differently. I need a bin plate. Oh, gold. Still in one piece. Still in one piece. How you doing, Hal? Hope everything's good. I am indeed making dinner. Hopefully the audio balance is all okay. You can hear everything, you can see everything. Occasionally I do need to hit the mute button if I need to sort anything out in the house, kids orientated. So if it goes quiet, or my hands don't seem to be doing anything on the screen, it's just because I've had to step away just for a moment, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Good. So we're just using a pack of pre-chopped chicken. I don't normally do that, because obviously it's more expensive when it's pre-chopped, especially as I'm going to then further chop it up anyway. But we're just sort of, I like majorly trim the chicken, get rid of all the fatty bits. Don't really need it, not for this kind of meal. In this one with a metal lid, we've got some onions caramelising very slowly. We're also going to have some pan-seared veg of some description, probably, bell peppers, you folks call them out there. Actually, let's just have a quick bit. Chicken hand, not touching anything apart from chicken, everything else is one hand. This is the chicken hand is safe, everything is safe. Let's just mix this up. We've also got to chop up a whole bunch of garlic. Still chicken hand. So we're just chopping this up nice and small. Then we'll put a coating of oil over it. We'll actually probably put the oil straight into the rub there, rub it on, and then we'll do like a flash sear or something like that, because I'm not really a chef, so I'm just using words that sound right, but really it's my own approximation of what it is. We just could put it in a bastard hot pan even. We could put it in a hot fan, but it's just going to make a lot of mess. So we'll stick to the pan for the time being. Hopefully the chicken won't. Yeah, we kind of play it by ear, really. So it's I'm going to do some rice with it as well, just as like the carbs of the meal. So I'll do the rice in the pressure cooker, and that'll be like a 4-minute cook, and then you just sit and let it relax for the next 15 while it naturally depressurizes, and that'll be done. So it's like no fuss rice basically. I can just put it in the pan, forget about it, come back when I need it. Sort of. Hope you're doing all right. Did you get up in anything yet in DCS? Didn't catch what was in the. That is onion, red onion, slowly browning off. In fact, we got the lid on there, just trying to keep the moisture in, so that it goes, instead of it goes brown and crispy, it sort of goes brown and squishy. Shit, that was the front door. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, sorry about that. It's like I knew, oh shit, okay, yeah, as soon as we stepped away, I was going to do the butter in here, because we just need something to keep this nice and squishy like. Once again, chicken hand is not touching anything apart from the chicken. Look, see, I'm not even using my other hand to get the lid off. The chicken is safe, well the chicken is always safe, everything else is safe from the chicken. What did I use that for? That was onion. I won't put the raw onion in the butter, probably get moaned at for that. Back of the hand, not using the fingers, back of the hand, everything's safe. Ow! Apart from my hand, because that's hot apparently. I mean, who knew? It's been on a cooker on maximum power and the pan got warm. I wish people would tell me these things. Chicken hand. Yeah, so we're just going to let that butter melt in, and then we're going to put the lid back on just to keep the moisture there. There's a reason why I play music like this when I'm cooking. Mostly trying to keep my spirits high, because generally when I'm doing a cooking stream we're behind schedule. Look at that, all nice and squishy. We're going to wait for that to, I'm going to put that over there. That'll get nice and brown and squishy, and then that'll be really nice. Alright, I'm not going to try and trim that bit anymore. That making me hungry watching. What's the plan? One day when I'm rich and famous from my streaming career, feel free to insert guffaws and laughter here. We'll do a LaxCon, insert more guffaws and laughter and general ridicule. And we'll have a big old cook-up. Big old cook-up. Get all my online streaming buddies. Now we'll just chow down a few beers, a few games of course. Squish that out a bit. I'm under no illusions. I am stuck with the day job for the rest of my life. Streaming is a pipe dream. But as the ground crew starting to kick up. Be back in a second. Mic will be off for a second, but I'll still be here. calm down a bit, we'll try with the mic on for a little bit, and if they kick up again, I'll mute it again. So whoever is out there, thank you very much for joining me. Al, hers, and lurking in the shadows. If there is anyone, I don't really watch I can't really watch viewer count at the moment. It's very difficult for me to keep tabs on that. I have a very simple stream set up when I'm cooking. It's just an old laptop, one camera, which is a manual focus camera, and that's it really. I don't even have a microphone. I run off the mic that's on the camera, which is why it picks up just about everything. So we just have to sort of bear with on that front. If it picks up more than I want it to, I'll try and mute it pretty damn quick. Spices are going to be predominantly garlic, paprika and onion. The saucy, and that's for the rub, the saucy element, so that's smoked paprika, onion powder and garlic powder on the plate. And then for the sauce element, it's going to be butter, honey and garlic. Excuse me whilst I just, sorry, noisy sink. I'm just washing up the knife and this chopping board. Oh fuck, I just washed the knife up and I need to use it again to scrape that off. Figures. So I'm just going to step away from the camera for a second. I'll probably mute the mic just so you don't have to listen to the water running as if I'm peeing in a sink or something. I'll be back in just a second, having washed up this so I can use it for something else. There we go, that's that done. So that is clean. That is not chicken. Not a chicken hand anymore, although probably will be when I mix this lot in, which will be a pain in the bum. Never mind. What should we do? Let's pour the oil on. Actually, right, I should have put that in a dish or something. Once it, oh dear. And we're back. Right, quick check of these. Oh yeah, that's Schwetti. The Schwetti onion. So just turns over. Those are looking. I mean, obviously they're nowhere near done. They've still got the red pinky tinge, but they are getting squishy, and that will be very nice. So we're going to mix that into the rice. Actually, a bit like as you would do like some Indian cooking or something. Speaking of which, we need to think about how we're going to fit the rice into the overall cook, because otherwise it shall all be up the creek. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all this straight in the pan. After I've found something to put it in the pan with. We might as well use this one. This only had raw onion on. And oh, we've got oil in there first. Yeah, on an electric hob, it's a #1. So it's not really sort of brown. Well, it will change colour as a natural progression of it cooking, but it's not really a seared brown. It's just like almost more of an oxidised brown. Let's push that into a pan, mix that in. turn the spices into a nice abrasive powder that will absolutely slaughter the non-stick of the pan. Screw it. So we're just, rather than trying to mix it in by hand, normally you'd like put the rub on and then what do I want to do this, isn't it? There's a little bit on just around the underside, just wipe that off, make that safe, right, as long as you don't touch that side, that'll be fine. There we go. Stupidly I used my onions, onion what's it for this, so now I have to wash this as well like a knob. So we just want to mix this in, and then we're going to whack the heat up to kind of brown the chicken a little bit, and then we'll take the chicken out and put in the ingredients for the sauce, cook that together, and then chuck the chicken back in. So rather than it being a slow cook thing, it's going to be more of a broil, I suppose. Cook it through that way. Just get this turned in. I was going to do like a curry type chicken thing tonight. I'm hoping there's going to be enough there for 4 people. I mean, it's two kids and 2 adults. My plate might be a bit light. Never mind. I just have to have more rice. Bulk out on the carbs. Alright, so that's moderately mixed in. And now I'm going to put it back on the plate. And then I'm just going to get the plate, the pan, a high temperature so that we can sort of sear it nice and quick. It's all seat of pence cooking, really. And that one. Right, and you start thinking about rice. For a moment, I thought I was going to have the uncomfortable realisation that we didn't have any rice, but thankfully we have. So we're just going to put that there, turn that on, oops, turn it on. Go on, thank you. Cookie onion. Well, if you like them like a crispy, or not such a crispy brown, but a chewy brown, there, oh, steady. I want this one for that one, so I'm going to have to wash it, hang on. Okay, that's better. Chicken, be gone. So let's just turn this around. I can't remember why I wanted to stir these now. I think I'd forgotten that I'd already put the butter in. So yeah, these are going to be a very slow sort of oxidised brown, rather than a slightly chewy browned brown. Is this heating up? Thank Christ I put the right ring on, otherwise I'd be melting the scales. Let that get a little bit warm. I'm going to get that pretty hot. Delay, yeah. I mean, I'm on low latency, but you might find an F5 on the browser might just make that a little more tolerable. How much rice do I normally do per person? 70. Okay, so 21 grams of rice, just under a full cup. Now with a pressure cooker, normally you do like a 2-to-1 rice for rice and water. Other way around, sorry. One rice to 2 water. In the pressure cooker, it's pretty much a 1-to-1. I just put in just a little bit more. Apart from, you have to rinse this basmati rice first. So once again, I'll mute the mic just whilst I'm squirging the water. Okay, so we've got the rice rinsed there. So we just put that straight in. And where's my cup gone? There it is. So we are going to use just a little bit more water than the amount of rice, so I'll call it about there. And then we're just going to chuck it in. So the rice, the frying pan rather, is just getting up to temperature, and that's it. We're just going to put that in the pressure cooker. You'll have to take my word for the fact that that was the noise of the pressure cooker. That was a nice pressure cooker. So was that. So was that. Right, so pressure cooker set for a 4-minute cook, and I can forget about it now. That pan is hot. Where's my spatula? Oh, there it is. Right, so that was the beeping of the rice. The rice is now on. Let's smear this around a bit, otherwise it's going to stick like a sardine. Right. That can go straight in the dishwasher. We're just going to swizz this around. Just want a light searing. You don't want to cook the chicken through, otherwise it will go tough. So the onions are on a slightly warm mode, like a crock pot. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, crock pot, slow cooker, I guess. Basically, I wouldn't necessarily know what temperature guidance to give you, but whatever your lowest setting is on your hob, use that. And then sort of work out how long it takes to get it to the soft brown squishy stage. Probably should have saved that plate, because all I'm wanting to do here is brown. Very quick. So it's really just activating the spices, really. And let me tell you this, my stomach is telling me those spices are activated. Smelling good already. Just saying. Just saying. And this is why we have this music. Bit madcap. Bit pressured. Right, right, we'll put that in there. Ouch, this pan's hot, by the way. Don't touch it, chat. Alright, just going to put this in here, because I'm making a lot more washing up than I would normally make for this dish, because as I say, normally it would go in the slow cooker and just be done. I forget about it for 3 hours or so. If it's on a high slow cook, if you know what I mean. Right, that's that. Now I need to work out what the ingredients were. Right, we want some honey. The bee kind. We've got some honey there. That was close for a moment. I thought we'd run out of honey. I mean, we haven't got very much. We're going to use that up pretty much. We can actually probably do with more than that. I wonder if I can get some out of here. I might have to be a bit extreme and chop that bit straight off. Take that off the heat just for a moment. We now need to chop up some garlic. If I can find the garlic, there it is. Yes, actually I'm going to tidy up my workspace a little bit, hang on. Alright, almost there, hang on. yeah, the ground crew, so that's 2 kids, myself, and Mrs. Lanks. This one. Right, so these are really slow. I mean, look at that there. Pretty squishy. You can smell the sweetness of the onions starting to come out now. That back over there. Right, what do you got? So this is quite a garlicky recipe. Right, solid. These are the biggest ones. Oh, this is another one of these things where it's split up. This could take me 20 minutes to peel the damn garlic now. In fact, it's gone a bit off. I might have to go for use a fresh clove. Alright, get out. Alright, we'll move that over. I can put that in there, that's safe to put in there for the moment. So, let's get rid of all that. And we'll probably use those 3 for the sauce. Right, that's the rice done. Cooking. Now it's just going to sit there for the next 15-20 minutes. I'll put that there, I'll put that there. If we run out the quirky playlist, we're going to gear shift up to the funkier playlist. Get rid of those bits, dump on those bits. Right. This is about my only fancy bit I can do in cooking. I'd like to be able to get, if I ever manage to get like a proper cooking stream set up, so it'd be like a couple of cameras, 3 or 4 cameras. There we go. Look at that. Look at that, nice and thin. Nice and thin. Don't always manage to get it thin. Sometimes it comes out like, what's that, 2 mil, 1/8 of an inch. But for the most part, it comes out nice and slim. I'm confused. Does all of this go into the crock pot then? It would do normally. It would do normally. You'd sear the chicken, put it in the crock pot, then you'd make the sauce, put that in the crock pot, and then you'd leave it. But because I am short of time, what I'm going to do is sear the chicken, as I've done. Then I'm going to make the sauce, so it's sort of sticking to the recipe from that point. But then instead of putting it into a slow cooker, I'm going to put it back into the frying pan and crank the heat up and basically broil the remainder of the cooking on the chicken. It's a bit of a last-minute adjustment to the recipe. But yeah, it would normally be minimum of 3 hours. But as it is already 6 p.m. then we need to get a welly on, and we need to shorten the cooking time. So we should get the same flavours. It just won't be quite as succulent. There we go, that's 2. 6, yeah, be right back. Roger that, Hal, roger that. Oh, this is doing an onion to me. Bloody husk is sticking on. The garlic is sticking to my fingers. My fingers are sticking to the husk. Oh, get off. Give me the garlic. Stop putting up such a fight. You're going to lose. Right. Get rid of that bit. Get rid of that bit. So what we're going to do after doing these fine slices is we're going to take a larger knife there and just give it a run over. I do have a herb chopper. Bill gave that to me and made that. He didn't make the blade, but he made the handles for it because he does wood turning. Oh, rice is done. Okay, so the rice is done. All the cooking of the rice is over. That's just going to sit there now, basically until I'm ready for it. And hopefully that will be somewhere in line with it not sitting there too long. So I'm just going to basically mush down this. So Bill did make me a herb chopper, but when I'm in a rush, I find that there's a little bit too much curvature on the blade, whereas this one is predominantly flat, but with that bit of curvature there, and that gives a good can't think of the word. It rotates around. I can't think of the word. Never mind. Right. Anyway, that's going in there. We can pull this back over to the heat. We can start putting the garlic in. No, we don't want to put the garlic in. We're going to put butter in because that's what I want. There. Right, we're going to need quite a bit of butter. Baby change, nappy, roger that. How much butter do I want to use? 6 ounces, no, 4 ounces of unsalted butter. That's quite a lot, isn't it? So we're not going to use the whole thing because we don't want it quite as rich as we would normally have it. So let's get that there. And I think we're going to use this temporarily. Come on, turn on. Screw. It's only me that really uses this butter. So we're going to need, I'm going to put in 2 ounces. 2 ounces of butter. And that's going to be more than I need. Perhaps if I put it on ounces instead of grams. 125 grams. Oh God, even more than that. 125. No, that's 4 ounces. What's half of 120? Fuck it, I'll just put that to ounces. Ounces, 2 ounces. There we go. That's what I wanted. Awesome, spot on. Screw it, a bit more. Right, so we're going to put that in there. I can't remember. Hang on. Chicken, optional sauce, melt butter in the pan. Yes. Right, so I'm not a professional. I'm not working off by heart for this. I am referring to like a bit of a cheat sheet. I've got a recipes book on Evernote. It's about the only thing I use it for, really, is recipes. Let's put that there. We're going to let that stay. Turn that up. Have a quick peek at this. Oh yeah, look at that. See, keeping the lid on. Ha! Lid's warm. Keeping the lid on. These are getting like super squishy because we're not letting the steam escape. Just forcing. I guess it's like a light pressure cook because we're not really letting the steam escape. It's just building up and squishing back into them, and that's like onion soup almost. It's really nice. It is proper caramelised. There's not really any solids there anymore. So now we're just waiting for it to change colour. Right, we're waiting for that to melt. We'll have to turn that down a little bit. We also need to put the honey in. And we're going to use all of this honey. Which sounds absolutely disgraceful, but it is. I don't know. Oh shit, I should have measured that, shouldn't I? I've got no idea what I'm doing now. Oh man. Everything was going fine until the honey came in. It's an analogy for life. Based on the consistency, I think that's what I'm looking for. where's me? This one. Yeah. Now I also picked up this recipe from the Discord channel of a fellow streamer, Owen Sharp. It's posted by TJanon, I think, or TJanon. I can't remember how to pronounce his actual name, or his Discord name. So this is making you feel hungry. It's all his fault, or their fault. So we're just going to let that melt. I'm going to be really naughty. I'm going to wipe the honey into the onion. Because look, I had to clean the spatula. I had to clean it. It wasn't my choice. I reckon that's going to do something special. It's not much honey. It's just like just a teeny smidgen. But that's looking really squishy, really nice. Yes. So you want to mix this in and basically bring it to like a mini boil. Oh god, the veg. Forgot the veg. We're going to do pan-seared carrot and bell pepper and something else if there's anything in the fridge. So bear with me a second, just whilst I move over to the refrigerator. They didn't want to come out. Once again, someone hasn't killed the carrots before putting them in the fridge. See, I don't know what to do. Orange, I mean, the orange one is bigger, so it will serve the 4 people better. It's also closer to the red that we're going to end up with from the sauce. I kind of like the veg to stand out rather than blend in. This needs to be up higher, so it needs to come to a boil. Put the butter away. Do I want to put the butter away? Yes, I do. A couple of mushrooms we can throw in there as well. Right, you need to warm up a bit, sunshine. Come on. Butter in the same pan, add garlic, saute for a minute till fragrant. Okay, so I put the honey in slightly too early, never mind. So we're actually supposed to put all the garlic in now. But it'll be fine, it'll be fine. No one will know. This is smelling interesting, by the way. Just sort of put that out there. Okay, right, so that's the garlic that's in there. We also need some soy, which is lower than I realised. Soy sauce, that is. And we need 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy salt, which is fortunately what we have. One, 2. going to make use of the soy sauce in the veg as well. Probably bringing the temperature down a bit now. So we don't want to lose all the liquid. Let's take that off. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Smells pretty good as well. It's a shame there's only one person out there. Hal, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Really do appreciate it. This is one of my more adventurous last second cooking streams. We were thinking about trying to get more honey into it, weren't we? Oh, there it is. Right. So, this is solidified just a little bit, but it's honey, who cares? So just stick that in, because as soon as it hits the heat, that's going to go clear and smooth and whatever else. Come on, get off the spoon. Alright, that'll do. Just mix that in, get it melted in. This is going to be quite a sweet sauce. And so you normally have rice wine in this as well, but we haven't got any, so I won't. Cracked black pepper. Where's black pepper? What are you done with pepper, chap? What are you done with pepper? It was right here. Got that. Screw it, don't need pepper. Right, so we can just put the chicken in. Now, so at this point, you'd normally be putting it into a slow cooker and going and enjoying the rest of your day. But I'm just going to mix this in. Now, unfortunately, my cooking timing is a little bit off today. So let's do a quick, very quick. Very quick. That. Done. And we should do a little bit of trim because we don't want to waste anything, do we? But there we go. None of that farsing about trying to saw it in from the top, pull it out. Forget that. 3 slices, pulled done. Right, get that way. That way. So we're just going to slice these into rough slices and get them cooking, and then we're going to do the usual thing that we do with our carrot, which is to peel it with one peeler and then switch over to a different peeler which is a bit coarser. In fact, basically I'm going to put it in like that for the veg. We want to use this bit for the ground crew, I think, and I'm just going to do long slices. I would normally chop these again into thirds across the perpendicular, but screw it, I ain't got time for that today, as the music indicates. And we do that with 2 of the 3 pieces, and then that last piece is going to be for the ground crew, and I'll just divvy it up between them, same slicing discipline. Might need to step away just for a second. And we're back. So that bit can wait for a second because that's just going to remain raw. Where's my peelers? peelers are where? Peelers. Peelers in the washer. Peeler is now washed. Right, so we're just going to peel the hell out of that. Get it nice and clean. And then we're going to take our other peeler, which is a coarse peeler. It's unfortunate, of course, that all this vegetables is the same colour. So I do like a bit of contrast, but we are not going to achieve it today. Bit of oil. This is extra virgin olive oil, by the way. Give the chicken a bit of a stir. This is looking pretty damn good. I just want to put that out there, Hal. It smells nice. Tastes pretty good as well. I'll offer you a bit later when it's ready. Don't worry, I'm not selfish. I will offer. So I'll hold it up to the camera. It's entirely up to you as to whether or not you want any. Entirely up to you. So with our coarse peeler, we are going to peel the living crap out of this. Done. Turn it over. Done. Turn it around. Done. Turn it around. Done. Done. And basically we're just going to peel it down until it gets to the point where we'll be peeling our own fingers. And it's done. Ah, that bit. So that's one carrot. And then we'll use this one for the ground crew. Just peel it up, slice it up into carrot fingers. Excuse me, talking my gums full. Let's peel this up ready. And I don't know whether to do another carrot for the cooked carrot. I suppose I do need to do another carrot actually, because I need to bulk out a little bit on the veg because we haven't got as much chicken as I'd realised. So that's the ground crew. So we're just going to stick that in there and peel. Done. Good evening, whoever is joining this stream. I was going to say show there. God, that's a little bit presumptuous, isn't it? Good evening. Hope you're doing all right. You missed most of the work. Where you been? Oh shit! Did that go back and down the back of the cooker? God damn it. How's that looking on my? Yeah, I'll do half of what this bit of carrot that I've got here. So again, we peeled it with a normal peeler, and then this one's a slightly coarser one for anyone that missed it before. And I'm just going to do that. And there we go. I suppose it would help, minor details, if I turn the ring on. Things apparently cook better that way. Who knew, right? I mean, who knew? Let's have a quick check of the onions. Oh, look at that onion. Right, that is coming along quite nice. I could get away with turning it up a bit actually, to actually force the brown a little bit. That's looking pretty good. Right, you're heating up. You're hot, but not yet cooked. I want that on a low or moderately low cook. So on a hob, like a halogen hob, as this is, we're on a number 2. Because really, I want to cook it through slowly. I don't want to overcook it. I want to try and keep it as squishy as possible. The rice has been cooking. In fact, the rice is ready. The rice is ready. The pressure indicator, the safety valve on the pressure cooker has dropped, which means the pressure is now equalised with the kitchen. Although I don't feel it, I still feel quite under pressure personally. What's sizzling? The underside of the pan? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. The inside will catch up. Hope everyone's doing alright. Put that over there, get it out of the way. Let's tidy up very slightly because peeling I make a mess, then I tidy up afterwards. I'm not worried about tidy peeling. It's a nice carrot, by the way. Do you want a bit? Do you want a bit? Yeah? No? 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 Right. Don't say I didn't offer it. Don't say I didn't offer it. Now, if you'll forgive me, I might skip over this track because any other time it kind of fits, but right now it doesn't. Right, that bit's a bit better. That's a bit better. Shit. Right, so we've got some sizzle going on here. I've got to get that. I might even switch over. I might use this one for that actually, and I'll wash this one. Obviously, it's not quite cooked yet. You might say, is there really a need to wash most of it because you're putting it into a hot pan? It would cook through contact. But, you know, if I didn't, someone would moan at me. It would be someone on stream who'd go, they'll clip it and it's like, oh, look at this man, doesn't wash the spatulas after touching chicken with it. But, oh, bloody hell. So, just stick it up. Right, so hopefully you can still hear me. Sorry for the sizzle. If the sizzle's getting overpowering, then I'll mute the microphone and you just watch me sweat and panic. Don't want it to burn, but we do want it to soften up, because that's what we're after. Right. Oh, right. So this is the ground cruise veg. Move that out of the way. When you're doing a cooking stream, it's important to maintain the illusion of control and tidiness. As long as this bit looks alright, then you can give the impression that the rest of the kitchen is also alright, when in actual fact, it's a bomb site. Because I had to move everything from here over there. It's all about illusion. Right, so let's chop up the carrot for the ground cru. And all we're going to do is we're going to halve it, and then have a half each. And then we just do pretty simple strips, varying thickness, but not too thick. I want it to be nice and easy to chew because they've got they're at an age where their teeth are starting to come out ready for adult teeth. There we go. So we've got a bunch of carrot sticks. Turn this around a little bit. Probably should have put some garlic in there, but never mind. This is just starting to brown, which is good because that's what we want. Speaking of brown, let's check the onion. Oh, don't want that in there. Steamy. Let's hope I don't screw the camera up. That is looking good. I'm going to leave the lid off of that now because I can let it dry out a little bit. It's nicely cooked. I just want to let it dry out. Not that much. I don't want it chewy, you know. But I want it drier than it is now. Right, bake it back in that pan. Once again, always kill your vegetables before you cook with them. Stops them escaping. They don't like the heat. They try and run away from it. So make sure your carrots and your peppers are dead, and they should stay in the pan. No guarantees, but they should stay in the pan. Let's stir this around a little bit. All nice and squishy. It's very quiet. I do normally get a few people in when I'm doing a cooking stream. Never mind. Ow, that's warm. Once again, my old trick of putting the spatula on there and then forgetting that the bit where it was resting on the frying pan is going to be hot. Let's turn This is getting nice, We're going to put a lid on that, if I can remember where it is. I think it's in the dishwasher. Bugger, won't worry about it then. It's getting a little bit dry. Let's put this with a squiz of oil. Because what we're also going to do is put in some soy sauce, and the oil will stop the soy sauce from sticking to the pan. So just like that. I'm going to turn the veg down a bit actually. And that sort of carries on browning the veg, gives the veg a nice colour to it. And also sort of brings out the seary flavours and that sort of thing. Burning a little bit. Okay. That's odd. Sometimes it does have a bit of a fit, and it doesn't work. It depends if you, because it's caught me out a couple of times when I was first looking at it. There's an icon that looks like it's going to be the one that puts it on stream, but it doesn't. It just plays it locally. The other icon, if you think of forwarding an email, and it's generally on the top right of the sounds picture, and it looks like an email forward, and it's that one that sends it to the stream. Just in case you were clicking the wrong one, because I have done that several times in the past when I was newly using the extension. So the other option is that it's actually got a problem at the moment and it's not going to work no matter what you do. So we're just going to put some water in there. Let's hope we don't run out of water. Oh, balls. Cheer, Hal, thank you very much for the 100 bits cheer, buddy. That is very, very generous of you, thank you. That means an awful lot. I'm just keeping my eye on the sink at the moment because I'm filling up the water filter. I'm going to dip over there again. Oh my word, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. I've been cooking for an hour and a half. Oh dear God, this is going to be a late dinner. Ground crew are not going to be impressed. Not because they're hungry, it just means they won't have time to, oh, can I play some Minecraft after dinner? And it's like, no, it's bedtime. Where? But you know how it is. Right, so that's doing alright. We turned it down so it's not quite as an aggressive sizzle. Let's finish doing this. And of course, we've got to keep our eye on the onion as well, because of course that's drying out at a rate of knots now. And sliced, oh bugger, off centre, never mind. Right, that can go in there, and then a coarse chop don't burn. I'm watching you. Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the crap out of me. It worked then. So, whoa! I need a sound for juggling spinning plates. Right. It's a bit of a medieval banquet tune, isn't it? Alright, they can go in the fridge. See, all the rest of my content might be utter rubbish, right? My flying, my general game playing, my shooting when I'm doing Apex. See, I was kind of expecting you to follow that one up, so I was kind of pretensed. I was kind of pretense for that one. You didn't kill me half as bad as the first one. I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, bum. Never mind. Oh yeah, so you know, my gameplay might be terrible. People might say my cooking's terrible, but The one thing I can guarantee you is the music will be on point for whatever I'm doing. It will be right. It will sound right for the time. You might hate it. You might find, oh yeah, that was a good bit of music. You might listen to it later and it's like, oh my God, what the hell is this? For the time you heard it, it will be right. That is what I guarantee here. Music is everything to me. Alright. Stir this a bit hot. We're almost ready, you know. Apart from the mushrooms, haven't done the mushrooms, but I am going to put temperature up slightly. I want to just dry these. Oh, back. A second. What? I thought the fish, not wow. Wait, I'm cooking. We can talk about it in a minute. Oops. I'm sure I hit that mute button. Sorry about that. An insight into the lacks of life behind the camera.
He's on fire!
Yeah, something will be soon. Something will be soon. Alright, that's looking pretty nice, isn't it? I think it looks nice. Probably tastes like shit, but it looks nice. Presentation is half the key. I haven't put any bloody herbs in there. Last minute, what am I going to do? Because I moved them and I lost them. We're going to put a little bit of oregano in there, and I'm going to turn the heat down and they can just sit there and be happy. Oregano and soy sauce. I'm sure it'll work. It should be fine. Be fine. Once again, not quite as much. I should have put that in the rest of that carrot, shouldn't I? I should have put in the rest of the carrot. I always misjudge by how much the food is going to shrink during cooking. That's why I'm not a chef. That's why I've never been a chef. All this self-taught. It's probably why it sucks. Alright, so that over, spread those out a little bit. I don't think I'm going to have time. No time. I haven't got any time. Only oregano. The key seems to be low heat and all. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'll sear high, but then I'll sort of let it slow down and relax. Sort of it's more of a timing thing for the most part. Get it cooked and then just keep it warm. And the side effect of keeping it warm means it sort of softens up and it's all nice. But they're looking alright. Probably want to turn the heat up on this one a little bit just to let it reduce. And yeah, these are still quite wet by comparison. Oh, don't want that in there. Get out you. Sit in the sears. Alright, see, this is sort of going into a natural oxidized brown rather than a caramelized brown. But it's looking good either way, and it will taste pretty good as well, pretty sure. This is just starting to come back up the temperature. Put it a bit more evenly on the ring. Oh yeah, I took the lid off the rice. So that's the product. That's the product of 4 minutes in the rice cooker, well, in the pressure cooker that I use to cook rice with. That one. So just need to knock the camera. Just I'll do a camera check in a second. There you go. Got off lightly with that one. Got off lightly. What I will probably do is put a little bit of the onion into the rice because that is nice. Now I'm probably going to annoy some people in the house because I like lumps of rice, but you can't. I'm going to have to mix that in because it will give a nice sweet flavour into the rice. course, having done this, the ground crew will probably complain about it now. It's like, oh, what's this, Daddy? It's nice, shut up, eat it. Right, we're getting close to plating. Indoor beans. Our one and only so far indoor bean. Are you chef cook in your household? Yeah. Turns out I am. So this is good to go. So we're going to turn that heat off. We're going to turn this heat off and that heat off. Actually, I think we're done. We're done. Whoops. That's nearly overdone. Sure, it'll be fine. You can calm down. There's no. You calm your load. Calm your load. Let's get rid of that. So what I'll do. Yeah, so this was an indoor bean. I thought I'd have a bit of an experiment, and we germinated a load of runner bean plants, as you would do for your kids, sort of thing. And then rather than put them outside, I put them in tubs and grew them in the conservatory. And this is our first bean out of it. We were in mixed opinions as to whether or not we would get beans, and we did. Well, I say beans. We've got beans, but bean. So this is going to take a very light cook. Very light cook. It's the only green veg we're going to have tonight, because I forgot to do that, but never mind. And move that around. Don't want it to burn too much. Burn too much? Don't want it to burn. Not too much. It's not burning at all. That's getting warm now. Let's put that at the back. Right, we can start tidying. Right, back in just 2 seconds. No, wait, yes, I will. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of cooked. That's our bean. Minus one bit because one of them wants it raw. So yeah, so I'm going to be a slight heathen now, and I'm going to put it in the microwave to cook the bean. Purely for, well, that's how we do veg around here, to be honest. Right, I need to put something on there, don't I, really? Otherwise it'll get cold. Or I could just start dishing up. Either way, I'm going to mute the microphone just whilst I run the microwave, because it will sound god-awful through this camera. What's this? if not, if it's not complaining. My kids always loved sweet peas, sugar peas we call them, straight from the plant. Yeah, they're really nice. Mrs. Lax introduced me to peas. I never used to like peas. But yeah, baby, I mean, we probably refer to them as baby peas rather than fully grown. So yeah, baby peas straight off the vine, where they have that pocket of water inside the pea, which is just sugar, isn't it? It's really nice. I'm going to try and do some indoor peas next year, in the hopes that we get something off of that in the same way as we got something off the beans. That's about right for them too. Whoops, sorry mate. I've got a little drizzle of the sauce over the rice, using totally the wrong implement for this, because it's not really a spoon. Let's stop being an idiot and use a spoon. Okay, make sure I muted myself that time. There we go. Face saved. So we got that. Okay, now this looks really meagre. One piece of green, but don't forget they have also got carrot and orange pepper. So this is their meal plus the veg. So I'm going to give this to them, and I'll be back in a second to plate up Mrs. Lax, and then I'll be back again to plate up me. Okay, last plate. The least important plate, my plate. So we have here pressure cooked rice with caramelized red onion inside, mixed in after cooking, and here's the remnant of that. Oh, presentation, come on, make it neat. There we go, no smudges, no smudges, there we go. We have chicken in a paprika, garlic and onion, honey butter combination. Sounds unhealthy? Yep, definitely is. It's a slow cooker recipe which I have adapted on the fly tonight to be done not in a slow cooker, in a very fast cooker, because we were hungry and I was behind time. I didn't have 3 hours to cook a meal in 2 hours. Alright, so there's that, and a little bit of veg, which is yellow bell pepper and peeled carrots to within an inch of their lives, and a solitary green bean, because it's the only one that we've had off the plant so far. So there we go. That is tonight's dinner. I'm going to have a little bit more rice, if I'm perfectly honest. Turns out there was enough chicken, so I'm happy with that. And I'm going to put a drizzle of this sauce. Not using that spoon, use this one. Drizzle of the sauce over the rice. There. As usual, I'll upload a picture to Instagram of the plate. Actually, I kind of liked it without that on there. Actually, I wonder if I can just hide that. I can't really take it off now, can I? There we go. I kind of like the white and the red, and the orange is sort of throwing it off a little bit for my personal eyes. If I do that, that looks a bit better. There we go. It's all good, recovered. Thank you, Hal. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate your company throughout the cooking. Right, I need to take a picture of that. I'll do that after the stream. We need to see who's live. If you know anyone that's particularly good, then feel free to chuck their name in chat. I need to... That's good. If I type in Laxor in Google, I'm top of the list. Awesome. Wow. I was never expecting to see that. I want to go there. Come on. Running out of time. Following. Come on, change the page. You see, this is the downside trying to stream with a decrepit laptop. Do live. See who's live that we know. We've got Zinch. We've got Flying Space. We've got Enieto. Actually, we could do Enieto. We haven't rated Enieto before, I don't think. Hopefully you can hear me. Sorry, me mumbling away in the background. Jack Seed's live. Jack Seed is live. We're going to go in Jack Seed. Jack Seed is awesome. He does everything VR. He does VR DCS as well. He's the one that taught me how to fly a helicopter better than I could to begin with. Well, no, that's a lie. He taught me to fly a helicopter well, because I didn't to begin with. So yeah, we're going to drop in on Jack Seed. He's doing Phasmophobia at the moment. He's a great person, and he raids us often after his streams, so it'd be great to return the favour. Hopefully you'll join me. There we go. 3 viewers, that's very kind of you, thank you very much. I'll be back later on this evening, 21:30 UK time, which is UTC +1. We'll be doing a little bit of probably Apex and something else with Undead and maybe Iron Sharp as well. Awesome Iron Sharp. Awesome Undead as well. We will be Yeah, 21:30 UK time. Thank you to Hal for sticking with me for the entire stream and chatting and the cheer. That is really appreciated. Thank you very much, mate. All that remains, if you haven't done so already, do consider hitting the commands antisocial and checking out my other social media stuff. There we go. If I spelt it right, bugger, no I didn't. There we go. Stopped by and got stuck, where's there? Okay, we'll catch you later then, and whatever you do, whatever you play, have fun, but more importantly, stay safe. Thank you very much for streaming this evening, and I'll catch you hopefully later on. Until then, take care.